So now we know about how semiotics links the interpretation of signs with objects. We want to know, how does this work? Well, Grant McCracken, a marketing researcher, published an article about how it works in the Journal of Consumer Research. His transfer of cultural meaning process model focuses on how shared cultural meanings are created by a social group or society, and how these meanings are then moved or transferred from one location to another by social institutions, such as marketers, business, government, or media, and or by the actions of individuals. This model summarizes these flows of meaning between these three major locations: meaning within the cultural world, meaning in the products, and meaning within consumers themselves. The model also identifies several factors that influence the movement of cultural meanings from one location to another, including the consumer's own ritualistic behaviors. According to McCracken's model of the transfer of cultural meaning process, meanings are transferred in two ways. First, something in the social or physical environment that is already imbued with cultural meaning is associated in marketing, advertising, or some other form of mass communication with a particular good or service. Essentially, advertisers must decide what cultural meanings they want their products to have, and then create ads that communicate those cultural meanings by using signs, such as words and images, to stand for the desired cultural meaning. In this example, Altria uses images in marketing, including digital marketing as shown here, to associate Marlboros with the rugged macho cowboy. As another example, Nestea wants to communicate cool, refreshing escape from summer heat. So Nestea ads have often shown images of refreshing fruits and people in swimwear, or even people falling fully clothed into swimming pools. The Facebook page header at the top of this photo from Nestea's brand page on Facebook shows a man and a woman in swimwear with summer fruit in the background. The webpage developed by their advertising agency shows a man in clothes falling backwards into a swimming pool. Also notice how it uses cool colors in the tagline, adding flavor to summertime. The second way that meanings are transferred in McCracken's model happens once the brand or product has developed meaning. Then consumers are able to transfer that meaning from the products to themselves. So if marketing efforts to transfer and create meanings for brands have been successful, then brands and products will have a widely shared meaning, such as Mercedes-Benz, meaning luxury. Of course, brands and products can also have private meanings. For example, maybe you danced with your sweetheart to a particular song and now that's your song as a couple. But that's a personal meaning, not a cultural meaning. Or maybe your mom always made Jell-O tapioca pudding on Christmas morning, and so now that product is associated with Christmas for you. It doesn't mean that to everybody, but it means that to you. Meanings can be transferred from a product to a consumer through association with that product. In other words, you can buy, display, or use the brand or product to communicate who you are to yourself and to others. This is what's done when somebody uses a Mercedes-Benz as a status symbol. So here we have introduced McCracken's meaning transfer process model as a way to show how cultural meanings can be transferred through consumption. This is not irrational. It doesn't show that consumers are gullible or susceptible to manipulative marketing strategies. Basically, all known cultures imbue certain objects with special meanings, and consumers acquire or use those objects to obtain those meanings. However, in modern consumer societies, people often purchase objects to obtain their cultural meaning, rather than, say, building or acquiring them in some other way. Can you find a social media marketing post that is trying to associate a cultural meaning with a particular brand or product?